switch on. Good boy. Wait for me. Good boy. Yes, good boy. I think in life you generally get doubted on any path you take, but I'm sure that dogs can really be viable to help with conservation searches in the UK. And it's a faster method of search than human search teams. Good lad. But I'm still trying to convince people. Let's go and find some more. Oh, this bag might have to go. Oh, you're a strong boy. Helping me with that, aren't you? See if it shuts. Yay! So one of the things most people don't realise is the UK is one of the most nature depleted countries in the world. We've lost over half of all of our biodiversity in this country. And when I'm talking to people and telling them about, you know, the 50% decrease in hedgehogs, or water voles are the most decreased mammal in the UK, people don't realise that we've got these problems. Some people don't even know what a water vole is. People don't know what a pine marten is. And these are animals that we've got here. They're on our doorstep. You can think about it even yourself. The amount of insects that we have on our windscreen, you know, after driving. If you think about years ago, how many you would have on your windscreen then compared to now, it's not half as many. So it's happening, and it's happening on our doorstep. Yeah, and the scent work is perfect, you know, it's, yeah, but exactly.
Zero way.
Today we're at the Mammal Society conference. We've been invited to come along to demonstrate that dogs are a viable use in ecology and mammal conservation. I've been pushing it for 15 years, but too many people are doing it the wrong way. So that's why it's vital to be here this year, is kind of get that word out.
So I have different employees, so for the type of people like ecologists, I work for Atkins quite a lot.
A lot of people think of the cultural heritage of the British as the green and pleasant land, but of course so much of our landscape is farmland. So many farmland practices are not nature friendly, which is something that really needs to change. That as a result, we are now looking at a very nature depleted landscape, a very fragmented landscape. So one of the reasons why the Mammal Society is particularly interested in the idea of detection dogs in conservation is that we're obviously focused on mammals, and mammals are some of the most under-recorded species in the UK landscape. And you need that data. You need that data to inform good conservation strategy and conservation priorities. And we just struggle to get that data on small mammals, especially. They are largely nocturnal. They are very elusive. They're very small. So one of the big limiting factors in mammal conservation is the manpower often required to gather that vital data. And dogs can play a really key role in unlocking those secrets of an ecosystem in a very efficient way, and actually answer questions that we really need answered about some of those ecosystems that we really need to protect.
I know there's lots of people There is lots of people. He's probably not actually used to this, so it's probably his first time doing a demo with people. Okay, so my name's Louise Wilson and I'm from Conservation Canine Consultancy. I'm the founder of that organisation, and I also set up the Advisors of the Use of Detection Dogs in Conservation. God, I need to shorten these words, don't I? This is Rex. So Rex is a star really. He's 2.5-year-old rescue cockador, possibly. He's ready to work, and so I wanted to talk to you how we initiate our training. Rex, that is important. Him going, okay, that is my name. I've got one cocker, if she had fingers, she'd just swear at you, you know, and I'm like, okay. So cooperation is key. Okay, so I'm going to search these blank ones and then move on to the other ones. Rex, Rex. Wait. What you got? Wait. Good boy. So that's a little container with some water vole poo in. I always confirm first, and then they get the ball in return. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. So him just having this ball and him on his back, this is creating contentment. So this is actually making him feel all gooey inside. So I kind of say the search is the excited part, the ball is the gooey bit. And if we don't give the dog enough the ball, you're going to have a psycho dog. And I've dealt with them in kennels, and that's why you've had dogs that chew the feet off, or they're bleeding in the kennels, they're licking the walls. I don't have that, because you're making sure they're always content. There's so much to tell you in the 20 years I've worked with detection dogs.
Is your home life really quiet then, because they're all so knackered?
Are you mental? No, honestly. With 12 high drive dogs. But at the same time, seeing them play, and these are dogs that were either came to us, no one wanted, or had illnesses and things like that, I feel like I feel good that we're using rescues to help with conservation. So
I never thought they were going to be rescues.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How many sort of consultancies like yourself or groups operating?
Yeah, probably only 2 training providers, but there's lots of individual people starting up now, and that's where it's done wrong. And when you've been trying to promote the use of dogs for 15 years, all that it takes is one thing to go wrong and everyone will go, we're not going to use dogs. So that's why we're pushing loads on the ADDC to say, if you're going to do it, that's cool, just make sure we all do it correctly. Thank you, Rex, for not eating the poo or breaking the glass.
First,
Lift the lead off the ground a bit, that's it.
this way. Yeah, first.
That's it. Pull her a little bit, Car. I teach him not to pull his dog, so he's not pulling. Just pull her, tell her to go that way. That's it, like you're on an adventure together. I remember I used to sit in the garden in a bin bag over my head and put some eyes in it so I could watch the birds. I was really into wildlife, but then, surprisingly enough, I was a very quiet child. So my mum always thought I was going to be a nun, because I used to spend most of my time very quiet in my room or under tables quite a lot. But my brother ended up giving me a puppy Staffordshire Bull Terrier when I was 12, and that was my best friend, Bella. So I suppose in a way I've been brought up around dogs, but I never ever thought I would work with dogs. I wanted to work in the jungle with chimpanzees and work in conservation from that point of view. Keep on. Come on, keep going. That's it. He's wondering why I'm walking so slow. I don't ever walk this slow in my life. I remember I saw this picture of a gentleman with a dog and it said sniff down on terrorism, and this is training dogs to be explosive detection dogs. Now, this is amazing. I was like, wow. And so I went to have a chat with him, and he said, well, you're female, you're not ex-military, you're not ex-police, you'll probably never be a dog handler. And it was only probably when those words were said, I was like, I want to be a dog handler. So I ended up volunteering for him for 5 months, and this was walking dogs and cleaning up after dogs. He employed me just as a kennel assistant, then that moved up to kennel manager, to then training assistant, to then director and head of training. And I managed a dog section of 60 dogs, doing cadaver detection with 30 military men. But in the beginning stages, a lot of my conservation work started abroad, started in Africa. I was over in Gabon and I was working, I was setting up an anti-poaching detection dog section over there, the first in Central Africa, and this was on pangolin scales and lion skin and elephant skin detection dogs. And every few weeks I was going over there to check on the dogs that were deployed and everything. Thank you. Thank you. Good girl. Wait. Stay. Wait. So I met somebody doing similar stuff to me. It was like, oh my God, like a South African Bear Grylls style. And before you know it, I got married in 2014 and moved over to South Africa in 2015, pregnant with Cornelius.
Aww.
It was probably one of the worst times of my life and probably also the worst decision of my life. I felt very caged. I lost everything. I'd lost my individuality, I'd lost my security, I'd lost my freedom. And I remember saying, I think you've married the wrong person. You want a yes woman, and I'm definitely not a yes woman. And I realised for our safety and for our future, I needed to get Cornelius out of South Africa.
Why is she splitting her legs apart like that?
Like what?
She's doing this.
Because she's an awkward sausage. So I made the decision to move back to the UK alone with Cornelius. We'll go back in the water over here, it's deeper here. When I came back, I had nothing. I remember I had to sleep in my brother's basement. Someone lent me a car, someone let me even clothes. You know, I didn't have anything. I didn't have any other options but to start my whole life again. And I remember I was petrified and I had Cornelius. But I thought, I'm gonna start something new, I'm gonna start something different. And that's when I started Conservation Canine Consultancy. You ready? Hey! Did you get it?
Raven is a rescue dog. He was in a run by himself most of the time and not in a very good state. They knew that he needed a job and they didn't want him to just go to a normal pet home. And so far he's pretty great.
You want to do it over there or in the middle here?
Well, he'll probably go everywhere.
Let's have a see. I'll get some tubes as well. Have you worked him on the tubes?
No, but the bricks and stuff are out as well.
I know, but these are nice and smelly. So he's now at the stage just to put the odour out. He's got the association. Happy when you are. You're going to reward, you're going to mark and reward.
Raven.
Too fast, good lad. Yes, it was there. You didn't give yourself a chance, that's it. Great. So just giving him a minute, he's just so aroused. Yes, well done, you found it, you did. Well done. We deal with rescue dogs. They come and they've got lots of drive, but they've also got lots of arousal. Okay, so let's get him the licky mat. And what I mean by arousal is excitement, but sometimes the excitement can get so high that the learning capability goes, so the dog can't learn anymore, but also the dog can't smell anymore. So if an animal is to jump out in front of that dog and that dog is so aroused, you don't know how that dog's going to act. Okay. So even though arousal is my best friend, it's also like my enemy at the same time. There we go. And we use things like licky mats to calm him down. Is that nice with that though? Depending on how he adapts to the different environments, training could be up to 12 months. So it all depends on the project that you're doing for. But at the moment, Raven is looking absolutely brilliant. He's got wonderful drive. He's absolutely the most darling looking dog ever. But yeah, he's got really good potential.
He's so good. He's such a sponge. We're just going to do one in a break.
Kevin met me on a course and said, do you want me to take your dogs for a walk? And I was like, are you sure? And I give him Henry. And as you know, you've met Henry. Henry pulls. Henry isn't an easy dog to walk. And I remember he was happy to take Henry for a walk. So I remember thinking, oh, that's a bit. You don't meet many men that wants to take Henry for a walk.
Good lad. All right, I'm coming.
So yeah, so that's 5 years of our relationship now. And we started with 7 dogs and now we've got 12 dogs. So instead of having kids, we have dogs instead. So how big that family will get, I don't know.
Is it, boy? You got something? Wait. There you go. We're here at Clognigog Forest Wind Farm site. I haven't pronounced that right, so I apologise to the Welsh people. We're in Denbigh and we're doing bat surveys on the wind turbine site. Good lad. Good boy. Good boy. Hey. Good lad. Bats are an important part of the ecological system, and when they fly into the area of the turbine, they can get barotrauma where their lungs explode basically from too much pressure, or they collide and hit the ground after being struck by a turbine. So it's important that we protect bats and survey how many we're killing, because there have been reports of up to 80,000 being killed per year in the UK by turbines. Henry, this way. We have a working directive for our dogs, and that is that they'll be working for 20 minutes before they have a 20-minute break. Once my timer goes off, I'll take the dog back to the van, exchange him for another dog, pick up where I left off with the other one, and continue my search. Okay? On each turbine, I'd say we'll probably change the dogs 3 times. Just wait there a minute, wait. Come here, just wait. I know you're excited, just wait. So the goggles are mainly for the grass seed, to be honest with you. There's lots and lots of grass seed and it can worm its way into their eyes and cause serious problems, just to protect their eyes basically. Morning, fetch on. Fetch on then, mate, find it. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy, come here. Oh, I know, you're too excited, aren't you? Hey, good boy. We'll GPS the locations, take photographs and give as accurate description as we can of where the bat is in relation to the turbine. And then that data's all collected and sent to the ecologist. And we also send a sample of the bat off to be tested as well. Oh, my hand! That was my hand! Good boy. Okay, come on in. Good lad. Sometimes in this line of work, you can be out for days on end and there won't be anything to find. And although you've put all that time and effort into the dog, actually you don't want your dog to find anything because it means that bats are being killed. It's kind of the catch-22 of the job. Wait. Okay. Off we go, fetch on. Good girl. Good girl. That's it. Good girl. Good girl.
Hi, you alright?
Are you okay?
Not bad.
How's Luna doing?
She's alright. Yeah. Luna is my veteran conservation dog. She's the first one I kind of started this journey with. I took her to South Africa with me, and then she came back from South Africa with me, so she's been on a huge life journey with me for the last 14 years. So she's a very special dog to me, yeah. Oh, oh, come on then,
come on in.
Let's grab her treats. Come on, darling. Good girl. There you go. Luna.
Perfect, I'll just get her harness on first.
In March, whilst I was working away in the States, she had a stroke. She couldn't walk, she was wobbly, and to be honest, the worry was more the head was completely slanted. So when I got back, I was greeted by a dog that was completely different to the dog that I'd said goodbye to. Oh, dear me. I just sat and cried with her for a few days, to be honest. Everything's good. Everything's good, Pumpkin.
First little walk.
Okay, now you have to walk now. Working with animals is fulfilling, but it's hard work, it's strenuous, and it's sometimes very emotional as well. You get so close to these dogs that it's not a dog, it's your best mate, it's everything to you.
That's it. There we go, that's better.
And so when they pass away, that's heartbreaking, and I feel things quite intensely, like I lost a huge part of me. That's it, you reach forward, sweetheart.
She's walking evenly.
Good.
She could just do a bigger walk.
Yeah, she's doing little baby steps there, isn't she?
She's improved loads since the first
Oh,
session,
that's
hasn't she?
brilliant, yeah. I must admit, her head seems a bit straighter now, where this morning I put her in the van and her head was really wonky. Well done. You're doing good. Right. Go on, that's it. That's it. There you go. There you go. Good girl. I think one of the beautiful things about being a conservation dog handler is that it feels like you're on a little Indiana Jones adventure all the time. But ultimately, my job is to search for animal poo. Water voles are a mammal that's massively declining in the UK, so we've trained Rex up to find water vole signs. We look for droppings, we look for feeding remains, we also look for runs. We can then find the burrows, find the feeding signs, confirm they're there and protect that area. If we don't know they're there, we can't protect them. In certain habitats, the water vole isn't wanting to shout about being there. Its poo has got such a small odour profile, so finding one tiny poo which is the size of a Tic Tac is outstanding from a dog's point of view. And that's one of the beautiful things of using dogs. We're finding population of, say, water vole in areas where we might not have thought they were. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're good to go?
Right. Wait there, sweetheart. I know.
Having a diverse ecosystem makes that ecosystem much more resilient to change, and the more species you have within that system, the better, because you start taking things out and then it's like that game kerplunk, you know, all the marbles start to fall down. Water voles are a really nice example of that. They manage the habitat on a small scale by keeping certain vegetation down, which is really good for invertebrate species, which is really good for like the fish and the birds, and everything benefits from that. I'll go down to that tree and then we come back up.
So we don't actually train our dogs to smell water vole. We don't give them the smell of a water vole. We give them the smell of the droppings. And 26 droppings is classed as a latrine. Latrines are normally on quite an obvious platform, but Rex also finds smaller water vole droppings, which is obviously proof that they're there. And I'm more excited by finding the one poo than the 26 because that's massively difficult. Rex is kind of a little bit of a soul nut of mine. He's such a soft sausage and he's really good with the work we do. Good smelling. Good smelling. Great. Steady. Steady.
Yeah, we've got a latrine here.
God, well done. Well done.
You're happy you've got your ball? You're happy?
We've got a nice burrow here.
Oh yeah. How many's that now?
Yeah, that's the 5th one today, isn't it? Yeah,
Nice.
along here.
Yeah.
Good boy, you're on fire today. Let's go and find some more. We're going to find some more. Good boy. Drop that away.
Looking back, it's been a hell of a 20 years. There's been plenty of times when I could have just said, right, I'm giving up and turning around, but I've always wanted to make a difference for dogs and make a difference for conservation. So I wake up the next day with the fire in my belly and I'm getting back out there again.